The topic that we are discussing today is leishmaniasis, its transmission dynamics, high-risk groups, and the definition of some important terms. As far as this topic is concerned, the disease leishmaniasis, when it is called leishmaniasis, it indicates one disease, but it is a group of disease. So we are generally calling it as leishmaniasis, which are a group of vector-borne parasitic diseases caused by at least 20 different species of parasite that belongs to genus Leishmania. This parasite is transmitted between mammalian host by female sandflies. This disease is primarily zoonotic, but Leishmania donovani and Leishmania tropica are anthropophilic. That means in
Sir,
some cases,
display
yeah.
Screen sharing display தெரியுதா சார்?
இல்ல next slide போல first slideல தான் நிக்குது.
ஓகே சார், நீங்க நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் சொல்லுங்க சார், நான் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுறேன் சார்.
ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் போயிருங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
Yeah. So the Leishmania donovani and Leishmania tropica are anthropophilic, even though they are primarily zoonotic. Zoonotic means the disease parasite is transmitted from animal to human. But Leishmania donovani and Leishmania tropica are anthropophilic, means they are transmitted between human through the vector sandflies. Distinct species of Leishmania causes different clinical manifestations. That manifestations ranges from very severe form of life-threatening visceral disease to self-curing cutaneous lesions. So that means sometimes this parasite, this disease may cause, the parasite may cause a very mild disease, mild self-curing cutaneous lesions. So it will disappear without any treatment. But sometimes what will happen, it may lead to life-threatening visceral disease. Yeah, this is visceral leishmaniasis. The first picture shows visceral leishmaniasis, also called Kala Azar. This is systemic form of disease. And this disease is caused by Leishmania donovani and Leishmania infantum. In India, Leishmania donovani is responsible for this visceral leishmaniasis, generally called Kala Azar. So this Leishmania donovani causes visceral leishmaniasis in Asia and Africa. At the same time, the Leishmania infantum, this parasite causes Kala Azar in Mediterranean basin, in Middle East, Central Asia, South America, and Central America. This visceral disease means, I think you may all know, it infects the internal organ, particularly the liver, spleen. Those organs are affected by this parasite. The affected person will be looking like this. You can see the picture. The body will be very thin. All the nutrients will be utilized by the parasite to grow, and it will destroy the macrophages, and it will generally weaken the body. So ultimately, the liver and spleen will enlarge. That will show a protruding abdomen type of character. This disease can be treated with drugs, which we can discuss in the coming classes. But after treatment, if the treatment is not proper, if the treatment is not taken full course, or even after taking the full course of treatment, sometimes what happens, a relapse may occur. That kind of relapse is called post-Kala Azar dermal leishmaniasis, or it is also called PKDL. This is a kind of skin manifestations. This time it will not cause any visceral disease. This time, during its relapse time, it will cause only the skin manifestations. And this type of skin manifestations is very difficult to treat, and it requires constant treatment for prolonged period. And other form of disease called cutaneous leishmaniasis. This disease is not common in India. Only a part of Rajasthan and the dry places of Dar desert are affected by, some people are affected by this cutaneous leishmaniasis, but generally this is not a serious problem in India, but in Western countries it is a very big problem. This cutaneous leishmaniasis may cause some cutaneous lesion, localized lesions, and it may disappear without any treatment. There is no need for treatment sometimes, but sometimes it will cause very disfiguring ulcers on the face. One can see the picture of that lady. You can see the ulcerating ulcer on the wound on the face. So this type of ulcers, ulcerating wounds it may cause, and it may require treatment. Even after treatment, it may cause the scar and disfigurement sometimes. This cutaneous leishmaniasis leads to several other forms according to the place where it is affected. Say, for example, it may cause mucocutaneous leishmaniasis when the mucosal area of our body is affected. For example, the oral cavity, nasal cavity, those areas, if it is affected, then people are calling it as mucocutaneous leishmaniasis. The second type, the cutaneous leishmaniasis, may become the another form called disseminated cutaneous leishmaniasis, and third form is diffuse cutaneous leishmaniasis, and fourth form is leishmaniasis residuans. In second type, disseminated cutaneous leishmaniasis, the leishmanial ulcers, wounds, the papules will be spread to entire body. So the entire body, one can see the papules like form in entire body. It requires continuous treatment with the chemotherapeutic agent for the recovery. And diffuse cutaneous leishmaniasis is another form of cutaneous leishmaniasis, but here it may not form the ulcerating wounds. It only form papule-like forms. It will not ulcerate. Whereas the disseminated cutaneous leishmaniasis, they ulcerate sometimes. That is the difference between these two. And the leishmaniasis residuans is the another form of cutaneous leishmaniasis. Generally, it comes in the place where it affected, where it has come previously. Means after the recovery. After the recovery, the affected person may get some sort of scar. So after some period, if the parasite is not completely removed or killed in the affected area, it may cause the residual form of leishmaniasis after a prolonged period. And this one is also difficult to treat. The parasite which are responsible for this kind of cutaneous leishmaniasis are Leishmania tropica, Leishmania ethiopica, Leishmania major, Leishmania infantum, Leishmania mexicana, Leishmania amazonensis, and Leishmania brasiliensis. So the name itself indicates the area where it is common. Leishmania tropica is common in tropical region. Leishmania ethiopica is common in Ethiopia. And infantum and major are responsible for cutaneous leishmaniasis in Mediterranean region. And Leishmania amazonensis is responsible for cutaneous leishmaniasis in Brazil. And the second one, the last one, also responsible for the cutaneous leishmaniasis in Brazil. This map shows the distribution of leishmaniasis in the globe, global distribution of leishmaniasis. You can see here the visceral leishmaniasis, cutaneous leishmaniasis in different color. It has been shown here. And in India, one can see the main problem is visceral leishmaniasis. This is visceral leishmaniasis distribution in India. Mainly, the whole Bihar is affected by visceral leishmaniasis, with some districts of Jharkhand and some districts of Uttar Pradesh and some districts of West Bengal are all affected by this visual leishmaniasis. And also the adjoining area of Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh are also affected by this visceral leishmaniasis. That is why the treatment strategies are difficult because it has to be implemented at the same time in all the countries adjoining this area like Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh. So the recent government initiative is aimed to remove eliminate the leishmaniasis from this area of India as well as the adjoining area of affected areas of other countries. This is the general form of life cycle of Leishmania parasite. It is clear here that the Leishmania parasite lives in two forms. One is with the tail, that is called promastigotes. Another one is without tail, that is called amastigotes. Inside the human body, the parasite behaves like a mastigote, that means without any tail, and inside the sandfly midgut and sandfly body, it behaves like tailed promastigotes. That tailed promastigotes are motile one, and amastigotes, that means without tail, those parasites are non-motile in nature. The parasite enters inside the body through infected sandflies. So during the biting for blood, the infected sandfly makes many probes on the skin of human being as well as other mammals like dogs. It makes many probes on the skin. Many probes means it makes small cut on the skin surface. So that leads to the oozing of blood from the probed area. Then the sandfly try to suck the oozed blood from the probed area, where the sandfly try to deposit the saliva to prevent the clotting of blood. So along with the saliva, it injects, it transmits the motile promastigotes into human body. So after entering the motile promastigote inside the human body, it reaches the blood circulation, and in the blood circulation, the motile tailed promastigotes are engulfed by the macrophages, and after engulfed by the macrophages, that the promastigote will lose its tail and it becomes amastigote. Then it started multiply in its number. So after becoming increasing in number, enormous number of, say for example, thousands of promastigotes, amastigotes will release after rupturing or lysing the macrophages. This amastigote will be again consumed by other macrophages, and then it will repeat. The amastigote will grow inside the macrophage, number will increase. In this way, it will kill almost all the macrophages inside our body. Then it will reach spleen and liver, where it will be stored for a long time, where the parasites will be there for a long time. Then if a non-infected sandfly bites this infected person, then the amastigote enters inside the non-infected sandfly. Then after entering inside the sandfly, the amastigote becomes motile promastigotes. A tail will form from each amastigote, then they become promastigotes. They will be a motile one. They will multiply inside the midgut of sandfly. Then it will reach. Then after penetrating the midgut, it will reach the salivary gland of sandfly, where it will get accumulated. The accumulation of parasite gives a kind of irritating sensation to the sandfly that makes many probes on the skin surface to get blood. So in this way, the infectivity of infected sandfly will be increased. Here we can see the transmission dynamics. Transmission dynamics depends upon three factors. One is host factor, another one is parasitic factor, and another one, and the last one is vectorial factors. Host factor are the host immune system, the immune nature of the healthy nature of the body, individual's body, and hosts living area where they are living, and their immune system, if the immune system is strengthened enough to kill all the parasite, then the body will be healthy. And if the boy, if the girl, they are living in poor area with a poor immune system, then they will be an easy prey to the parasite. At the same time, the vectorial capacity. The vectors are very common in the poor areas of people, particularly the people living along with the cattle, and people living in the mud wall houses. Are all susceptible for this type of leishmaniasis, because this sunfly grows in the cow dung pasted walls. Because this sunfly is a poor flyer, it can fly only a few feet, so it cannot go very long distance, and it cannot go also in a very high buildings. So it will prefer to grow nearby the muddy walled houses, small houses, and the persons living nearby the cattle sheds and those areas. Similarly, type of parasites and its genetic nature determines the transmission capacity. And some parasites are responsible for cutaneous, and some parasites are responsible for visceral disease. Everything is determined by the parasite and human host immune strength, as well as the sandflies capacity. Who are all the risk groups? Poor people, mostly those who are living below poverty line, are the main target of this disease. They are the people much affected by this disease. On the recorded data, around 39.3% of cases occurred in below 16 age group, and 18.1% occurred in women of working age, and 39.5% occurred in working aged women. Only 3.1% of the reported cases occurred in more than 65 age group, and 5 males. Sorry, this is unnecessary line. So these are all the risk group of parasite, risk group of leishmaniasis, particularly the people living below poverty line, with the daily earning, with the daily passing their life with the difficulties. This is the general conditions conducive for whale transmission. One can see here the cattle sheds and human living nearby, with the cow dungs scattered over all the places, and the poor healthy children. They are all the susceptible categories for VL transmission, visceral leishmaniasis transmission. And our government has aimed to eliminate this. It was first aimed to eliminate from this disease in 2010, and later it was extended further and further. Now we are targeting to eliminate this VL by 2022. the elimination program is going on very effectively in all the endemic districts. And once this disease was prevalent, visceral leishmaniasis or Kala Azar is very prevalent in all over India. It was discovered first in Chennai as well as in Kolkata. The parasite was first discovered. Leishman and Donovan, they discovered this. One who discovered in Kolkata and one who discovered the parasite in Chennai. Based on this, later the parasite name was given Leishmania donovani. Now, the disease is not common in other parts of India. But recently, in recent days, indigenous cases are started appearing in parts of Kerala, in parts of the hilly Western Ghats, hilly areas of Western Ghats. They started reporting a few cases, few indigenous cases of leishmaniasis. Generally, this leishmaniasis resides in affected person. The source for the parasite is affected person, and the PKDL persons, the persons affected by post-Kala Azar dermal leishmaniasis. They are the reserve for the parasite. Actually, during inter-epidemic period, the parasite resides inside this kind of PKDL persons. Once, if all the attempts are made to eliminate this parasite from the affected area, then again this disease appears from by having the source of this PKDL persons. PKDL persons are like supplying people for this parasite for this disease.